Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the North Star State, where the sounds of the Yahler horn and the Skol chant echo throughout U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. On the visitor's sideline, Lions head coach Dan Campbell. These guys coming off a win to push their record to 2-1 here in the first month of the season. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. That is up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before the touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week.
18 yards on the play. And the Lions.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Goff. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Detroit! Jahmyr Gibbs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Pushes him over. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Incomplete. He was covered by Brian Brandt.
To the air with McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This is taken at the 18. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The numbers for Gibbs from last week. 16. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
6 yards.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because
there he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamison Williams, 74 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14.
A gain on the play of 58 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down by the 25. Keanu Benton with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Really talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Solid stiff arm.
The Vikings take over.
And now out comes Minnesota.
At their own
Well, partner,
26-yard line.
coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
It's a gain of 18.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Oh, it's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complimentary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
On first down, it's Jeanty. Knifes his way forward here to just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Second and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He'll drop this underneath for Jeanty. And they'll be inside the 35, now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
The run straight ahead with Jeanty. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball at the 33, second and 9. Throwing is McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for his
We talk about this Lions defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set him up for the first.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Colston Loveland, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have moved out in front. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
And that makes it 14-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And now the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Remember in preseason, season, we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a toss to Genty, headed right. An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
It's a gain of 11. And the Vikings first down.
Goes out left, it's caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
A gain of 2.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pass caught right side by Loveland. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now McCarthy. And he's got it. Touchdown. Colston Loveland. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. In the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
The kickoff for the Vikings.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have Run or pass is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 14. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. McCarthy operating from the gun. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Back to throw. McCarthy. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
It's a gain of 38 yards. That's another Vikings first down.
Genty is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
28, Lions 10.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Lions. First down.
There's Goff. Pass complete. That's Lovett. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A 3-yard pickup.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. Still going inside the 20. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 12-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Goff. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring. Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To throw is gone. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Ross St. Brown, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll start on the ground with Ginty. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On the ground, this is Marlon Hampton. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
A gain of 6. And a Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The Vikings sit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
4 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Running left is Edwards. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Malcolm Rodriguez on the stop.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
At the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Felton, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now Goff. And it's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
A gain of 8 yards.
Goff now looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead, should they so. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So first thing across my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
After the interception, here's Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And the ball on the 30. Here's second and 4.
Goff now looks to throw.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Goff.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And they'll come up second and 7.
Out of bounds at the 21-yard line. It's
again, Goff.
Brings up second.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now.
And this is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will do it for this first half.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports
Our
halftime
trip
report.
around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the NFC West. All right, Brandon, thanks much. This the first official Sunday of fall, the final week before byes kick in. A full schedule of 16 games on tap. Let's roll. And this is the Cardinals wideout. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Cardinals get back to 500, 2 up, 2 down as they get the victory at home. From there, let's go up to the Pacific Northwest, Seattle. Let's look in on the Seahawks. They're hosting the Green Bay Packers. And it's Josh Jacobs. He'll find an opening and take it in, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. Lastly, we head out to SoFi Stadium. It's the Chargers hosting the Jacksonville Jags. And they can start carving the bust now, Mike Evans. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. This will be a 70-yard touchdown catch. With that, a look here at the rest of the scores from around the NFL here in Week 4. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still first down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Offense.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still first down.
Here's McCarthy. Over the middle, that's to Loveland, the tight end.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Looking to throw McCarthy. To the left side, he's got his tight end Loveland. This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd
to the air with McCarthy.
And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can not afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. St. Brown in motion right. Play action. It's gone. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
Complete to number 14, St. Brown. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A shotgun snap for Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Fair catch, signaled for, and
here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. From the 21, here's the 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
He's got the first down and more. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Yeah, he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Get him a yard up to the 42.
A gain of 2.
Gone.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Goff now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Lions first down. A gain of 9 yards.
Here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
To the air again. Gone. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Now gone.
At the Vikings 25 yards.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Kenneth Grant able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Brings up fourth down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
The Vikings offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Throwing is McCarthy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, yeah, the job as long as you want that in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out now come the Lions. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, and the way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
A gain of 13 yards.
Back to throw. Goff. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. They work now on 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 43-yard line.
To throw is gone. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
That's good for the Lions.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Quick toss by Goff is complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. A gain of 15. First down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
He's taken down at the 17.
Second and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
There's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Now it's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Eddie Pinheiro on now. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call
the receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and
to the air again, McCarthy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Goff. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he stopped immediately there. Now a 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
St. Brown in motion right. Off play action. Here's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
3rd and 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
1st down.
Right back to Genty on 1st down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Pass complete to London. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
It's a pickup of 3.
On the give, Genty. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
The Vikings will line up for the 2.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores.
43, Lions 26.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
4 yards on the
Goff now looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
A gain of 12. And the Lions first down.
Goff now to throw. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
A
7.
shotgun snap for Goff.
44-yard line.
And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Play action. It's gone. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
A gain of 36 yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down.
They'll run with Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and
Here's
goal
Goff.
at the 9-yard line.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
A 6-yard gain. Brings up
Goff.
3rd and goal.
Touchdown! David Montgomery with career touchdown number 75. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
Pinero's extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down by 13. A minute 55 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Goff. St. Brown on the catch. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, here's Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
First down.
To the air again. Goff.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a fourth-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
The Vikings.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Pass complete. That's Lovett. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And the Lions first down.
And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. 2nd and 10. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Gone. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
And he clocks it with just over 30 seconds left. Now it's gone. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. Throw out wide is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That is caught. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Detroit Lions, first down.
And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Goff now looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Jared Goff sacked.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Minnesota, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.